All right. Welcome. How y'all doing? Glad to have everybody here. I am Kel,
I'm Quinn.
and this is
Recipe to Shivery.
Alrighty. So today's topic is going to be, it should be showing, I don't know why it's not, but it should be showing. We're having a little bit of visual difficulties, so you guys can probably see what we can't.
Right there showing he's there.
Yeah, I'm talking about the top of the Q&A. So the Q&A is couples at work. Does it equal power couples, or is it a recipe for conflict? So that's what we're talking about today. We have a guest on here, Carl. I'll give you your flowers.
How you doing today?
Thank you for joining.
I'm still we having just a little bit of difficulty. I'm trying to make sure everything is straight.
That's all good. You do what you got to do, and I'll start over here. So
we got to start with a prayer, baby.
I'm sorry. Absolutely correct.
Definitely got to start with a prayer.
All right.
I can do that real quick.
Yep.
Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you. We bless your name. We thank you for today. We thank you for all the challenges. And we thank you that everyone is safe in this crazy weather that we're having. Lord, we love you. We bless your name.
Amen.
All right.
All righty. So today, as I just already said what the topic was, we're going to go on the show. We're going to explore the dynamics that shape relationships and the spaces where two people intersect, and that could be at work or business.
Okay.
So what happens when romantic partners work together, either in the same job or co-owning a business? We'll dive into some real statistics, practical pros and cons about that, share scenarios, and we'll get your feedback and what you guys think from our listeners, I guess. Yes. So let's get started. So I want to start with some, like I said, statistics, some data, right?
Okay, what kind of data you got?
So in the United States, about half of all married families and couples have both partners employed. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, nearly 49.6% of married couples work full-time, earning incomes in the same household. Excuse me. And the Bureau of Labor Statistics research from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics showed that 11 to 13% of dual earner couples work for the same employer.
Okay, so we got a new guest coming. Hey, friend.
Let me give her flowers.
Hey. Nice of you to join us. Today's topic, we are talking about two people, it's showing couples at work, power couples, or a recipe for conflict. Can that happen? And he is right now, he just went over some statistics from the Bureau of Labor.
Okay, so when we look at the workplace, romances broadly, surveys indicate that 43% of workers have married someone that they met at work.
That's interesting.
The numbers are low as far as
it is lower working together.
It's a higher percentage of them marrying somebody that they met at work.
So, y'all at work having these flings, and some of these flings are blooming into romances, and some of them are getting rings, and other of them are just, just a hit and miss, apparently.
So what do you think are some of the advantages of couples
working together?
Yeah.
I think all of that depends on the couple.
You got another guest? Marla, give her a flowers.
I do know that I've spoken to some people and over the years, and they said they'll never want to work with a partner at all.
I can see that.
Their time away from them, is that time away, and they don't want to see them at home and at work.
I can see that.
So for them, that wasn't something that was like a thing. If somebody want to come in, and you can just chime in and just let us know. You do, friend? I can't hear you. Your mic ain't on.
Yeah, something's on your end with your mic. We can see you, but we cannot.
We can see you, but I can't hear you
at the moment. you probably have to allow something
on your phone. There you go. Okay, now
it went in and
it went in and went out.
Try what you tried again because it showed your mic being muted. All right, now it's unmuted. Say something. For some reason, still
can't hear you. Yeah. Anybody else have anything to say? Y'all can unmute your mic, and because it's like I'm not hearing anybody.
Everyone has their mic muted, I believe.
Just testing.
Yes, sir.
His is working. Okay.
Very well.
All right. For some reason, excuse me for interrupting. For some reason, 2 weeks in a row now, I can't get my computer to work. The mic on the computer doesn't come on. It's strange, but I'll figure it out. Thank you.
If you have a headset port, see if you can get a headset with a microphone attached to it. That might work for you.
Oh, Fran, you might have the problem that Drea had last week.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you now. There you go.
Oh, we have another guest. Hey,
Okay.
John, what's up? How you doing?
Go ahead,
so,
Fran.
Dre, you have some?
No, Fran.
Excuse me. I apologize. Fran, go ahead, take something.
Actually, I was just going to say what you just said earlier. Working with my partner, I would never want to do. I need my space away. At least that's how I feel. And I think a lot of people feel that way. When you're apart, to me, it helps things grow a little fonder. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. But I could not work with my partner.
So I can see that. So I'm going to ask you this, right? So with the statistics that I read, it said that 43%, or was it higher than
that? 43%
reported that they married
somebody they work with.
So
do you agree with that?
Hold on, let me answer this. So you're saying that you can't, right? So let's say scenario-wise, you meet somebody at work, and then y'all get married. So what do? Do you have to leave the job, or do you work it out?
All right. So now you're gonna make me recant my statement. Well, I mean, okay, I'm not gonna all the way recant.
Okay.
Because being in the military, you may meet somebody in the military, but you're just in different units. So let's say we worked in the same building, but different offices or sections. I mean, that still could work, I guess. But if I was staying on my initial comment,
no,
there's a no for you.
I don't think anybody should have to leave, a job to stay together, especially if you've been dating and things are going good. That should have been a conversation you should have had before if you decided to move further, in my opinion.
Okay. So some of the positive sides of that is shared goals and visions.
I mean, yeah, you can share some. There are some. That's more on the business side. Right. Let's deal with just working for the same employee for a minute.
Okay.
Y'all can drive in together. So you're sharing a ride together.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can be able to talk about your day or the start of your day before you got home or whatever. Y'all may be able to have lunch together if you choose to. So there could be some positive things that could come from working for the same employer, and not necessarily, like you said, in the same space, but maybe a different office or whatever. You're just in the same building. So, I
think those are good points. And I'm almost sure that if it did go that way, there's going to be those days you do not want to ride in with that person.
Or have lunch with them.
Yeah, like you go ahead. I'll meet you there.
Well, if I may interject, I think you're asking for conflict to start out with, especially, and it depends on what kind of a business you're working for. It can be a large place, like you said. If you're in the Army, it could be in different countries. But if you're here in the United States together, and you work for an organization that your cubicle is right beside your husband's cubicle, or same building, you're asking for conflict because work never ends. There's going to be something about work every time you get home. And usually it's not going to be good things about work. It's going to be the negative things about work. I saw you talking to such and such. Why? You did this wrong. If you're the boss, you were too loud. You were too tough on a certain employee. So you're asking for conflict. And as you said, should you quit? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Depending on, do you have another job lined up already? Yeah, go ahead and quit because you're asking for conflict.
Well, I want to piggyback off of some of that because I can see some conflict because, like a scenario you gave, if I'm the boss or you're the boss and I'm under you, well, a lot of companies frown on that.
Right.
But if that's the case, some of your decision making, some of your moves could be a conflict, and not necessarily because it was a bad decision or a bad move. It's because we're so close and so connected, our emotions get involved instead of dealing with just the business side of it.
Oh, let's just take this for instance. I think what if we just had a fight the night before, and now we're at work? That becomes, we talked about that. As women, we hold on to things because we are emotional. So that too could spill over into the professional, into the workplace.
Yes, absolutely.
So that could be one of those things where it becomes an issue. Now let's deal with, like you were saying, our business. Like me and my husband, for instance, we're working together. So how do you navigate that? And I think that there would have to be some clear lines drawn on exactly what that looks like for each of us, and if we're going to be in a partnership, how that moves.
Right.
Because I know for me, both me and Kel, we are and we're not. We're procrastinators.
To a certain point.
Right. But at the same time, I can be very, I don't know. He calls me a slave.
Slave driver.
Slave driver. But I'm definitely one of those, like, if we got a goal or we got something that needs to be done, I need for it to get done now. I don't want to have to keep talking to you 3 or 4 times about, hey, is it getting done? Did you do it? Like, let's just get it done. Let's get it knocked out. Where he's much more laid back, and he's like, I'm gonna get it done. Just let me ride away. I'm like, ooh, no, now let's make that happen.
See, what she does is, it doesn't matter what part we at. She automatically assumes the project manager role.
I mean, that's my field.
She starts delegating.
I can't help that.
And that's fine. I don't mind that. I don't care about that. But the thing that she don't get sometimes is I be like, wait, and I analyze it. Like, I know you have a vision. I know you want this done, but it's going to take A, B, C, and D. And all she sees is D. D. Get it done. D. I'm like, hey, what about A? Then B. Then C. D. So I can see where there can be some positives and some negatives, but I think between the two couples, you have to have, you said boundaries, right?
Yeah, you have to have a shared goal. You have to have, if y'all have that vision, you have those shared goals, and y'all are both aware of what that mission is. I think that's good. But I also think that you need to also realize how that person, like you say, you analyze things, how that person works. So you know what I mean? You have to know that person. You need to know exactly how they process, how they're going to move, so that it doesn't cause any conflict within a relationship.
But honestly, I think it will cause conflict I don't think there's nobody out there that's in a business or work together that conflict doesn't arise. So the question is how do you handle the conflict? Because like you said, you're gonna wake up one day because we had an argument the other night, and you might just 9 times out of 10, you might just do something to get back at me at work or on the job or whatever the case may be on business. So we have to understand that conflict is going to arise.
Right,
but
we
how
need to learn how to
do we
separate
deal
it.
with it and recognize it instantly before it becomes a problem? Because some couples can't do it. So, anybody have anything they want to input on that?
Well, just to add to that, still it depends on. I've worked at least a dozen different jobs, and it depends on what kind of a job we're talking about. And use the term business. Are we business owners or just employees of another job? And all that plays into it.
Absolutely, I agree. So, but on the positive side, it builds trust, support, because partners naturally trust each other, right?
Right.
Which can help in decision making, making changes and challenges. Some experts note that the romantic partner can act as a building cheerleader, like really push your partner forward to get the things done.
And that's what I was talking about as far as personality. So
right. So it also creates flexibility and time together, like you were talking about driving to work, because like previous to the shift that I'm on now, I worked a swing shift. So there would be days when we wouldn't see each other.
Yeah, there more than days. There'd be like a whole week,
right?
Before I would see him. Which for me, the way I'm built.
There she go.
Look, don't be like that, baby. I love you, but I enjoyed that time alone because there would be things that I would need to get done. I didn't have to focus on giving him any attention, if that makes sense.
Don't look over here. Keep talking. Keep talking.
I enjoyed that week. I mean, I missed him. Don't get me wrong. You know, we talked, we communicated, but we didn't, physically, we didn't see each other. Like we were day and night. So for me, there were things that I was able to accomplish because I didn't have him to have to worry about. So if there was things I wanted to do for myself, or if there was something, hey, handsome, or is that your daughter or your son?
Can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
I think you're muted.
That's my son.
Okay, I thought I had it right. Yeah. Our big screen, y'all gonna have to work with us. Our big screen, we can't see y'all the way we normally do. For some reason, it's acting up. It's on a right. It's real small.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get it later.
Yeah, for me, having that time away was great. It said time away makes the heart grow fonder.
Whatever. But for me, it was like she would get on my nerves some days because now it was my time. It was my time too. Like especially when I worked when I had my 7 days off. So once a month I would have 7 days off straight. And it's like my 7 days to her was a light bulb. Boop. Let's get this done. Let's get that done. Let's get this done. And I'm like, no, I want to lay here and relax. I just finished working this crazy shift. And give me a couple of days before you start calling me at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning because you're up. No, but we worked it out.
We did. And again, that was one of them things where you really got to know your partner. He knows me, and he knows, I can be a little bit of a slave driver, if that's what you want to call it. But in my head, it's like, okay, you have this free time that I do not have. So I need for these things, at least out of them 7 days, you can give me 2 or 3. And that was his thing. And that was the conflict sometimes with us. Them 7 days, he didn't want to give me 1 to get some things done. And I'm like, but you want to wait till the weekend when I'm off and kill me. Yeah, it wasn't worth it.
I think like what y'all said earlier, boundaries are important. And then knowing your partner after so long, it can still happen because you already know what this person likes, what they don't like.
Mhm.
Don't bother me during this time. Okay, so this is how I'm gonna set this up because I know they're not gonna want to be bothered during this time.
Mhm.
But like the gentleman on the bottom said, sometimes it can be hard to avoid. It's always gonna be something, in my opinion. I agree with that.
Okay. So we spoke about the positive sides because with the flexibility, if you have something going on with the family, one or the other can address that and deal with it. Also, like we're talking about business and work, there are financial and tax advantages for a couple like with LLCs.
Mm.
We do
Um,
know some people that they do everything together.
right.
They're very successful. But I will say that they do work together. Um, but they also
Have their own separate.
right on separate time apart from each other too. And once again, I think it comes down to a balance.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
definitely
It's a balance of everything.
right, trying to figure out what that is and what that looks like.
Right.
Because yeah, you could when having your partner, I mean, like you said, if you're both are driven and you're moving in the same direction, you'll have the financial advantages that come along with that. You'll have the emotional intelligence and balance that comes along with that because now you have learned how to move in that space together.
Right.
So again, it could work, but like Carl was saying about them cons, let's talk about how if them hard lines get blurred.
Yeah, because it's not all sunshine. So some common drawbacks, it could be blurred boundaries, right?
Right,
So between work and personal life, when your coworker is also your life partner, it's hard to turn off work mode,
right.
and that could be a big issue.
Like he was
Like
saying,
like
him.
somebody, her,
No, I don't do that. You-
somebody being a supervisor at work, they're in this leadership role. So sometimes,
Yeah.
depending upon their atmosphere at work, sometimes in my opinion, a good supervisor knows how to flex in between different leadership styles, right? So you at this point you may have to be stern because you let something go on for so long, and it's starting to affect work. Give me 1 second. We got another guest. Let me give her flowers. Hey, V. So she has to deal with that. She's stern at work. Okay. Then when she comes home, or I said she, but when they come home, they may not know how to turn that off and not be stern anymore, or give up the leadership role.
Bro, how to switch that right?
Yeah, like my wife, she's a supervisor at work. I'm not. I did
Not
that.
no more.
I did that eons ago. So now you know how to come home and like let me take back over being the head and leader. She's still in that work mode of being
I
the
ain't
head
got
and the
that
leader.
problem.
So sometimes that can be an issue.
I definitely ain't got
Um,
that problem. Like we gonna let that go real quick. Plus, I don't bring my
because of
crap
that,
home.
it could lead to resentment.
What
That you're
about
always trying to be the boss.
yeah? That comes down to competition. If you have two people that are very competitive,
Yes.
that could be a tricky situation. It could.
It could be healthy competition or bad competition.
right. It's just what does that look like, especially when it's imbalanced. It
Yes.
creates tension, especially if one couple feels like they're being overshadowed by another.
Right. That's a very good point. Very good point. Anybody
Oh, I
want
know.
to chime in on that?
So I've actually had that experience, and I guess to what extent are you bringing work home? Because um, it was good having a partner at that time that could relate to your work. And there are times, I don't think we should bring work home, but there were times we had where we did it because we needed that person, if that makes sense. Like, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna share this with my spouse or my significant other because I need I need some comfort of about something that just happened today. Um, but in turn, what it went left later because something you said. That person was of high rank in the military and didn't know how to separate that at the time between, yeah, I wanted to hear your response as a leader, but also your response to your wife.
Right.
And he couldn't step out of that realm. It was almost like both sides were the same to him, how he saw, how he thought it should go. And to me, that became more of that supervisory thing. Like I jumped on a I jumped on a thought process like, okay, now he's just being controlling. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? It's just his supervisory position. He's done this so long, he
You don't have to
can't
turn it off.
separate the two, if that makes sense.
I can see that because, like, for me, sometimes I'll like my wife, especially my wife, my sisters. I call them sometimes and be like, hey, look, all right, I'm gonna tell you this happened. This was my response, but check me. Tell me if I was wrong. This is exactly what I did. What do you think? And take
Right.
out that we're husband and wife. Judge it from a person on the outside. Was I incorrect? Did I handle it wrong? Let me know. So sometimes it's hard to do that, and sometimes I think we don't communicate when it's just a. I just want to get this off my chest. I'm not looking for somewhat of a feedback, so to speak.
Right. I don't need you to chastise me.
Right. I'm just getting this off my chest because I wasn't able to express myself
at work
the way I wanted to.
Right.
Get it off my chest.
But instead, they just like
she said, he might be in that supervisory role. Now he's gonna tell you, you're wrong, or you should have did this, and you should have did that. Like, I know I was wrong.
Right.
But that's not what I was asking for.
I'm asking for some empathy. I'm not asking for you to,
just listen.
Right. Just listen. Just listen to what I'm saying, and that's it. And say, you know what? You're right. You're gonna be okay.
Yeah. And you're right too. Sometimes I would want you to tell me, okay, tell me if I was right or wrong in this situation. But other times, yeah, I just need to come home and I just need you. I need an ear and I need some comfort.
Right.
Like you said, I couldn't really express it. And I want to be able to come home to my significant other and share that and kind of have that person help me come down a little bit,
Yeah, so that's one of the things that we definitely can say, that conflict spill over because relationship issues can carry into the business and decisions, and vice versa, because it can go the other way around.
Right.
So it's complicating both sides of the equation. There's also a financial risk.
What do you mean?
If both partners are fully invested in the startup,
like of a company,
right, with no outside income, financial downturns can hit the house hard. Where y'all invested so much money into this startup of the company. Let's say my wife, I had the idea of this company,
right,
but she had the capital and know how to set up business or whatever that may be. So she decided to be investor or partnership and want to handle that part. So outside of being husband and wife, anybody that's an investor looking for returns
on my investment.
On their investment. So now that the business is going through some kind of hard upstart, or we did good in the beginning, but now we're seeing a downturn, it could be a hard thing because she can be saying, hey, you know what? While we have our head above water, let's liquidate everything. So we save some money and move on to something else, or look for another turn to. And I'm like, no, I can see the turnaround. It's going to turn around. It's going to turn. That can cause an issue right away. She's thinking from a business standpoint. I'm thinking, hey, it's going to turn around.
Like, this is my idea, right, and I want to see it through to the end.
Now we're looking at each other crazy.
And now you got conflict in the house, and now that starts a whole nother fiasco. Because as long as I have been around, I think one of the biggest, and let me find my statistics on that.
Okay.
Financially, how many, and y'all tell me, households have broken up over finance? Do you think that number is higher than maybe cheating or something else, or you think finances is at the top? Because I'm just thinking about that.
To me, I would say that's high. I wouldn't say it's I don't know. But finances is definitely a big reason for divorces and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree. I think finances might beat cheating.
Okay.
Well, I'm a little bit different. I believe that infidelity would be a spoil breaker. Finances, you usually can work around them. It either gets better or gets worse, but the infidelity, that's a hard monster to get rid of.
Yeah,
It is.
that's another hard pill to swallow. A whole other topic. Some people never
I
make
don't know. I would love to hear those statistics.
Yeah, I'm trying to fill it. I'm trying to get it right now. Hold on, because I'm curious too. I make sure I get a very reputable. Show me something. What's up? It took me to a divorce lawyer. Lord. Like everything that's come up is about divorce lawyers. Okay, wait a minute. What percentage of divorces? Let's see if this one helps here. Okay, I have one here. It says, according to a recent survey of 191 CDFA professionals across North America, the 3 leading causes of divorce are basically incompatibility, which is 43%. Infidelity is only 28%. And money issues is 22%. So being incompatible seems to be the highest. Okay,
I think it'd be harder to come together in the beginning period.
Right.
Maybe that's what it is. You thought it was a good business idea, but y'all really.
Or maybe.
We just lost.
Okay. We didn't lose anybody. Really? I would have thought. Let me find somebody else. But we'll come back to that. Yeah.
I'm going to give y'all a scenario, and I want to hear each one of you takes on this scenario. Right. So we have an Alex and a Jordan. They have been married for 7 years. Both have worked in their corporate jobs, but now they're launching a small catering business together full time. All right. The situation is after 3 months, they're booked solid, but tensions are rising. Alex manages operations. Jordan handles sales. They argue daily about priorities. Alex feels Jordan oversells without checking kitchen capacity, and Jordan feels that Alex micromanages. So, what do you think should be a fair sit down, hard discussion? Talk about that. One says overselling, putting a lot of stress on the kitchen. So, should Alex and Jordan redefine roles more sharply? How can they manage this conflict, and what boundaries should be set in place? We got another participant.
Guest. Hey, John. I got another other John on. So real quick, back to the yeah. It seems to be it's for financial incompatibility with their partners. There are different philosophies on spending, saving, and investing.
I can see that.
So it would be finances.
I can see that.
So that's what it comes down to.
So I stand corrected.
So finances.
Do you mind if I come in and read what I just pulled up?
Sure, absolutely.
So I see something that says finances are leading cause of divorce, with studies showing that 20% to 40% of separations are driven by money issues. Financial disagreements specifically are a powerful predictor of divorce, while 42% of divorcing couples cite credit cards, debt, or spending as a factor, and over a third admit to financial infidelity,
See?
hiding the
Hide
debt.
money. Mhm.
Okay, I can see that.
Yep.
I can see that.
So yeah, so the numbers are really high when it comes to divorce as far as finances.
I can see that. I can very well see that. Somebody may be more a little reserved when it comes to spending,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one might not know how to handle finances, and just because they come into this new stream of income, just burning through the money.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that, even though it's an extreme scenario I just gave. But the other scenario I just gave, what do you guys take on that about Alex and Jordan?
What was Alex and Jordan doing?
So
Give
they've
them a
been
recap.
married for about 7 years.
Right.
They decided to start up a business together. And in the business, they're running because Alex feels like Jordan is overselling the catering business. And it's putting a lot of stress on the kitchen that the kitchen can't handle. So the question is, should they
Okay.
reverse roles? Where boundaries should be set? What can be put in place? How would you guys think this should be handled?
Well, if we're talking about because John is handling the kitchen, maybe he's not, he doesn't handle stress well when it gets really, I guess, busy or when it's a lot going on. So yeah, I think there should be maybe a switch in roles if that can happen because we don't know whether or not that's something Jordan can actually do. Can she handle what's going on in the kitchen, or is she better just at marketing? And because she's doing the marketing, he feels like it's overselling. Is it because he can't keep up, or?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I think counselors is the answer to that scenario. Counselor, the reason I say that is the proof is in the pudding. Whichever of the partners is saying or doing the right thing shows up in the money that's coming in. There's more than likely going to be some resentment on the other end as to, hey, you got it right, I didn't. Very few people will, admit to being wrong. So counselor's probably the answer.
If you can get the person.
So what kind of counsel you do that? Are there business counselors out there, or is that?
Oh yes, financial counseling. Yes, there's
counseling. Yeah, but that sounds great. But we have people that are not willing or think that they need counseling. We can't even get people to go to counseling for just relationship or financial.
That's kind of what he was referring to when he said some people don't admit they're wrong. So I see him on that end, not even want to take counseling,
which is going to lead to separation.
Anybody else? Because one thing I thought about is
Yeah. Oh.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, so if I got it correctly, the problem is coming in because one person is putting more work on the kitchen, right?
Yes.
So to me, I feel like they need to sit down and look at their business plan because if one person is putting more work on the kitchen, that means business is working. They have the customers. So I think that they need to sit down and say, okay, this has gotten bigger than what we anticipated. We either have to hire more staff to cover, or we need to set a limit. We need to cut off taking orders at this time so that the kitchen is not backed up and stressed out until we can get more staff. Because it just sounds to me like the business is coming in and the one person is like, yes, trying to grow the business and take all the orders, but it sounds like they don't have enough staff.
Yeah.
So they just need to sit down and reevaluate their business plan.
I totally agree with part of that because the first thing that came to my mind was it's not a disagreement. It's just that there's not enough detail here in this scenario, so we're just all going off of
right.
We might think. Right. But what I thought about instantly was, okay, there's an issue in the kitchen. Could it be that the person that's doing the sales, their catalog or menu is too broad? So it's not like they're getting tons and tons of customers, but it's so broad that
maybe the meals that they got to make or take a little more time to prep, maybe.
And there's so many different kinds of meals. So if you look at restaurants overall, the menu isn't very big.
Not
is they
anymore.
do certain little things, they stick with this that they feel they
Except for the
customers
Mexican
like.
restaurants, because theirs be off the chain. Their menus.
But it's almost
I mean,
basically the same
it
thing.
is. It's just different, you know.
So you don't go from all the way from like, you know, hot dogs and hamburgers to all to wagyu and lamb chops spread that far because it will like create a what's the word? Um I can't think of that, but you think about a flow of traffic and the vein is too small because you have all these little small things
It's
coming
just
in.
gonna create chaos.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean,
So it might not be that, you know, the business isn't working, the kitchen is undermanned. It's just that we just like think about when we used to always argue about. Go sit down in a restaurant and I order steak
right.
and you order something else. And by the time the food gets here,
It's cold.
her plate may be hot or cold. Her plate
My
may
plate
be cold,
always cold.
but my steak is hot
Mhm.
because it took so long to cook. They want to bring it out all at once. So it could be that, like V said, I think that's a good thing. We need to revisit the business game plan because the menu might be too. You might need to streamline.
Yeah, so basically what needs to happen is, like you were saying, a couple needs to work together, define the roles, and kind of figure out, you know,
What's the overall issue
or how to move forward from there.
Absolutely. So there's a list of practices for couples working together. Like she just said, defining roles, decision pathways up front, set strict boundaries.
But right now, just off of, I want to take a poll just off of who we got on. How many of y'all would actually work with your partner?
At a business or at just a workplace?
So whether it's your business y'all starting together or a workplace.
We have a business together, but I would not want to work at a workplace with you.
I wouldn't want to work at a workplace with you either.
Okay.
I would do business all day with you, and even with that, that can be a little challenging because of the way you are sometimes and the way I am.
You mean at a workplace?
No.
Business?
Yeah, business-wise, because of how we both move and how we operate. I mean, we do okay, but I just feel like there's still some challenges like within that. I mean, that we work through, but
it depends.
Yeah, but I definitely could not work at an employee. He couldn't work where I work at, and
why? What's your why?
I just don't want you there.
See?
I don't.
Now see that she hiding stuff. You see that?
I'm not hiding
anything. We're just talking. I'm hearing conflict already, so I go back to the conflict issue.
I'm gonna mute the camera for a second, and I'm gonna mute the microphone for a second. She might not look the same, but you know, it's windy in here. No, my issues. She, whatever her issue. I mean, whatever her thing is, why she don't want to. That's not mine. My why is like for a long time, I considered her bringing up there where I was at, and my thing is. I don't know. I got some men on this panel, so maybe I can chime in on this. Sometimes we put up with stuff at work that we probably wouldn't put up with outside of work. And sometimes we have to swallow our pride and deal with it, right? But the one thing I can't take, you're not going to be disrespectful and talk to my spouse like that. Because then all that stuff goes out the window for me. So that's why one of the reasons why I never went out to work where I was at, because the minute something crazy said, I can see myself losing it. So I'm like, you stay over there, make your money over here. I'm gonna make my money over here, and we good. So back to you guys. What yes, no, and why so?
Well, we all have lines drawn in the sand, so that pushes us into another area. How do we handle those lines drawn in the sand? Because most people, when I say most, I say 75%. If the other side is fair, we'll compromise.
Okay. Anybody else want to chime in on that? Yes, no?
Well, Fran already said no.
Yeah, Fran said no. She backed up. Fran did the wiggle waggle.
No, and I got other reasons outside of that as well, but no.
Yeah, some of us can't do it because we got them job husbands and job wives.
Green, what about you, Green? Would you work with who you want to work with your spouse, your significant other? Or would y'all do business together? Which one? Which one to work? Which one wouldn't?
She talking to?
You.
Oh, hell no. Listen, man.
Why not?
Cause dog, me coming to work is my break. I can't be around you all day, then come home and look at you. And not in a bad way, but we gotta have a little separation, dog. Period. Plus, you never know what might happen at work. You gonna bring that to the crib. So no, never.
Not gonna be
never.
Well, what about if y'all both came up with a game plan and business together? Y'all gonna open up your own business, a company or whatever. Would you be able to do it then?
I gotta pray every day, that's for sure.
You said it's still a hard one.
It is, man, because like I said, man, I think all couples gotta have a little space. You got to, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So for somebody like me, if I gotta work and look at you all day, and vice versa, you gotta look at me all day. And then I gotta look at you when you come to the crib. It's like watching cable, watching the same movie over and over and over. Nah, I need a break.
Some points I just want to do me.
Okay, but that's where let's say y'all got your business together, right? And let's say you said, okay, 9 o'clock we get up, we're gonna handle business from maybe 9 to 1, 2 o'clock. After that, the day is yours. You go do I'll go do me. And I'll see you back in a couple of hours. Would that work for you?
You gotta understand, I got a red bone woman. She's mixed, so she crazy a little bit, man. For real, man. Like I'm dead serious. There's something about the red bones. They a little in. So the overall picture, I think it'd be great. But I know my woman too. So no.
That wouldn't work.
I think that's a big key of knowing each other, knowing your other
knowing your partner. Like if in a place of, let's say we had the same job, right? I could be just being friendly to a female. She might trip out. So that's what I'm saying. Like, no, I'm good. I'll see you when I get home.
All right. Anybody else? V?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I would.
You would? Why?
Mm-hmm. Well, because I feel like, especially if I'm doing my profession now, I wouldn't just be, with my partner all day. My profession involves multiple people that I'm seeing every day. And so for us to do a business together, that wouldn't mean that we would be right next to each other, you know what I mean? Like all day. So I think it would work.
Okay.
Marla, you have any, what do you think? Could you work with your partner?
I think I can, to an extent.
That did not sound convincing.
Hold on.
I had to think about it. I was like, I don't know. I got to go back to the outside land since I'm at home now. So.
Okay, but what if y'all had a business together? You think you could work with him? Y'all doing a business? If he came up with a great business idea and he needed your help to launch that, is that something y'all can do and be around each other all day, or would you be like, nah, I need to tap out after a certain time?
So I know my fuse, and if I come up with an idea, then he come up with an idea, and we just like, well, I don't like your idea, and I don't like this idea. I'm gonna be like, F it. I don't want to do this no more. I'm done. I don't care.
Wow.
And then we like 3 days, so no work is gonna get done for like 3 days because we pissed off. So I don't know how much business is gonna be handled because we mad at each other. So I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So I think like
Is there anybody else want to chime in there before we close this up? All right.
No romance without finance.
what he said?
Say it again.
No romance without finance.
You got
And
that
that goes
right.
both ways.
It do. It really, really do.
What you was about to say?
I wasn't about to say anything.
Oh, you got that look on your face.
I do, but you know, we're way too off screen. I don't want to get caught up, you know, with old people see
Never mind. Never mind.
I don't want to get caught up and I have to beat you up. That's all. Just
Yeah, see, look at that. Right there is what I'm talking about. Right there.
what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
You gotta tread on thin ice. You gotta walk carefully.
I don't tread light. I just walk.
And
And
that be the
deal
problem.
with it when I deal with it.
Right, and that becomes the issue.
It's not an issue. I'm a man. I don't walk on eggshells for
a man
nobody.
okay, that's fine. Nobody wants you to walk on eggshells.
All right.
But what you will do is do what I tell you to do, sir.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
We got you, John.
Can you hear me?
Are y'all safe tonight?
What she said?
She said, "Are you safe tonight?" She asked you. That's what she
Right.
asked you.
Blink twice,
She
bro.
asked you
Blink
to
twice.
You safe.
My blinky stay close by. I'm too old to be fighting.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
be safe now.
Sure enough.
I mean, for the most part, I think I can work with him. As long as he do what I tell him to do, we'll be good.
I think we all can work with each other. It's just like life. It's a matter of working it out. We sit here and make the quick snapshot judgment as to whether or not we can work with our partners, and be it, irregardless of what kind of work we're talking about. It's just like marriage. We find a way to work it out. So we do the same thing in business, or being employed. We find a way to work it out, and might be difficult, but we find a way to work it out.
Work around, especially.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because like John, man, he tripping. Like you do it, the right money involved. You work with her, crazy and all.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you see? So the right money, the right contracts, deals being made. You'll work it out. You'll find a way, especially if at the end of the day y'all have respect for one another, and y'all know the direction in which y'all are trying to go and the goals you're trying to achieve.
Right. So set strict boundaries for work versus personal time. Maintain open scheduled communication outside of stress moments.
Right. Track business responsibilities, be transparent about like what that looks like. Somebody did mention maybe getting advisors, getting mentors, getting somebody that can be neutral. And when y'all do have disputes, I think that's very important.
Yeah, because you think you're right, and I know I'm right. So, it's always an issue.
Like me and Kel, for instance, what we find ourselves doing is we'll be saying the same thing, but it sounds completely different to each of us. And we go through that a lot. Like it'll be the simplest thing. And I'll be like, you ain't listening. And he'd be like, I heard you. I said, but that's what I just said. He said, and that's what I just said. So you're basically saying the same thing. It's just that I guess it doesn't always come out the same. Am I saying that right?
Yep. I've had that experience. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, y'all be right on y'all be right there, but it just doesn't always communicate. It's not always clear to one another.
But an overall thing, working with the person you love can amplify or impact your disagreements, but with clear communication, intentional structure, and self-awareness, it can absolutely thrive. So we thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Kel.
I'm Quintella.
And this is Recipe to Chivalry.
Good night.
Good night.
Hey, thank you guys for joining in. Please like,
subscribe, and definitely share.
Share. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night. I have to play an old one here.
Why? I don't want to play.
Because I have to go. I'll get it up.